You don't need more motivation. You need a default. If your progress depends on how you feel, it will not last. Goals create excitement. Systems create identity. And in this video, I am breaking down the one habit that makes progress inevitable. Right now, you probably have goals in at least one area: money, health, business, relationships, and you've been trying. You're not lazy. You're not confused. You are just structured wrong. You're doing everything right, but nothing compounds because you are chasing outcomes instead of building repeatable systems. So let's fix that. I used to set beautiful goals, vision boards, deadlines, plan, color coded Notion pages, timelines, and then I would fail again and again. Not because I was lazy, not because I didn't want it badly enough, but because I was building goals without structure. And if you're honest, you are probably doing the same or you've done the same. You want to lose weight, you want to save money, you want to grow your business, you want to be more disciplined, you want a better relationship, and for a few weeks, you execute. You wake up early, you track everything, you feel powerful, and then something small happens. You get tired, you get stressed, you miss one day, and suddenly the whole thing collapses. Not because you don't care, but because nothing was holding it in place. That is the mistake. You are focused on the result, not the structure that produces the result. Goals are emotional, systems are mechanical. A goal depends on how inspired you feel. A system runs whether you feel inspired or not. And the difference, that's everything, because the people who seem disciplined, they are not constantly negotiating with themselves. They've reduced decisions. They have removed mood from the equation. They have built defaults. That is the shift. The habit that changed everything for me wasn't waking up early. I still don't. It wasn't pushing harder. It wasn't becoming more motivated. It was building systems before chasing outcomes. So let's break down why goals feel productive but don't actually control behavior. Goals feel powerful. They give you direction. They give you something to chase. And chasing feels productive. When you set a goal, you feel ahead of your current reality. You imagine the outcome. You imagine the version of yourself who already has it. But that feeling, that is anticipation. It is not structure. And that's where most people get confused. A goal tells you what you want. It doesn't tell you what happens today. You want to save money? Okay. What happens when you are tired and you're tempted to spend? You want to lose weight? Okay. What happens when you are stressed and you don't feel like cooking? You want to grow your YouTube channel? What happens when you are uninspired? The goal doesn't answer that. It only gives you a destination. And when your daily behavior depends on how aligned you feel with the destination, your consistency becomes emotional. You act when you feel focused. You slow down when you don't. That's why progress feels unstable. Now, here's the part that I find frustrating, especially if you are ambitious. You know what to do. You've researched it, you've planned it, you have probably tried multiple versions of it, but knowing is not the same as repeating. And repetition is what compounds. If you only feel successful when you see visible results, your motivation rises and falls with feedback. Scale moves, you're good. Saving grows, you're good. Views go up, you're good. But when your results slow down, your energy drops. That creates volatility, and volatility kills momentum. This is why people restart every few months. New routine, new planner, new reset. But nothing compounds because the focus is always on the outcome, not the mechanism that produces it. And here's a deeper issue. When you rely on goals, you rely on willpower, and willpower requires daily negotiation. Am I going to do this today? Is the question that you ask. People who seem disciplined aren't asking that question constantly. They have reduced decision. They have removed mood from the equation. They've built default. That is the difference. Goals are emotional. Systems are mechanical. A goal depends on how inspired you feel. A system runs whether you feel inspired or not. And the brain doesn't build identity around excitement. It builds identity around repetition. If something repeats long enough, your brain stops treating it like a choice. It starts treating it like what? Like who you are. And that's when progress stabilizes. So The issue, again, isn't ambition, it is architecture. If your ambition is bigger than your structure, you will always feel capable but inconsistent. And once you see that, the question changes. It's no longer what outcome am I chasing? It's what behavior is locked in. That is the shift. The habit that changed everything for me was this. I build systems before I chase outcomes. It means that I design the structure before I set the goal. And I lock in the behavior before I chase the number, whatever that is, that I have in mind. Trust me that once you reverse the order, everything is much easier. So let me explain what I mean. Most people do this, right? They say, I want to save $10,000. I flip this. I ask, what does someone who saves consistently do every single month? The answers are automatic transfer, spending limits, budgeting, schedule reviews. I build those things first. The goal becomes secondary. Same thing with health. Instead of saying, oh, I want to lose weight, I ask, what does someone who trains regularly have in place? Grocery decided in advance could be the answer. Workout times scheduled, clothes laid out in plain sight. No debate in the morning or in the evening when it's time to exercise. Here's what happens when you don't rely on feeling ready and you remove the option to negotiate. Progress becomes quiet, stable, and predictable. And predictable progress, guess what? It compounds. This is where people misunderstand discipline. They think that discipline means pushing harder. It doesn't. Discipline means reducing friction. If you have to convince yourself every single day you don't have discipline, you have decision fatigue. The real habit is designing your environment and your calendar so behavior becomes a default. And this is why this matters for identity. When you repeat something without constant emotional debate, your brain starts, or at least stops, treating it like effort. It starts treating it like who you are. You're no longer trying to be consistent. You are consistent. You're no longer trying to save money. You save money. You're no longer trying to show up. You show up. That shift is subtle, but it is everything. Because once identity stabilizes, results will follow. Trust me. And here's the key. The goal doesn't disappear, of course. It just stops being in charge. The system is now in charge. And when the system is in charge, mood doesn't matter as much. Stress doesn't derail everything. One bad day doesn't collapse the entire structure. So you build the machine first, and then you let the result come from it. Now, let's go deeper into why systems remove so much drama from your life. When your progress depends on motivation, it messes with your head because every single day becomes a test. Did I show up? Did I stick to it? And if you didn't, there's that little voice in your head. See, this is why you can't stay consistent. And that is the cycle. You get excited, you commit, you go hard, you sleep once, and that one sleep feels bigger than it should. Now you're questioning yourself, not the plan, yourself. You start noticing the pattern, right? You're good at starting, but can you sustain? And once that doubt creeps in, everything feels unstable. Your confidence depends on your output. When you are productive, you feel solid. When you're off, you feel behind. When results are there, you feel capable. When they stall, you feel small. That volatility is exhausting because if you are ambitious, especially if you are ambitious, because you don't just want success, you want to trust yourself. And goals don't build self-trust, they build pressure. Systems, on the other hand, build trust because the system doesn't collapse when you have a bad day. If you miss one workout, the schedule still exists. If you overspend once, the structure is still running. If you have an off week, you're not back at zero. There's continuity, and continuity is calming. When something is a system, you stop attaching your worth to a single day. You stop making every fluctuation mean something about who you are. It's just part of the process. And over time, your brain starts to relax. And because it sees repetition and repetition builds trust, you trust that even if today was messy, tomorrow the structure is still there. You trust that one imperfect moment doesn't erase everything. You trust that you are stable. That's identity solidification. Not because you forced yourself harder, but because you built something that holds you when your mood doesn't. And that's why systems feel so different. They don't just create progress, they reduce emotional chaos. They make ambition feel grounded. And that's when things finally start to compound. Okay, so how do we actually do this? Because build system sounds abstract until you make it simple. So here's the first rule. Start small enough that you don't need motivation. That's it. If your system requires hype to function, it's way too big for you right now. Most people try to redesign their whole life at once. New workout routine, new meal plan, new budget, new morning routine, new content schedule. That is not a system, that's a mood. A system, trust me, is boring. It's repeatable and it's specific. So step number one, pick one area, not five, one. Money, health, work, relationship, whatever. Then ask a different question, not what's my goal? Ask what behavior can I lock in weekly without drama? Weekly is powerful because it's realistic. For example, let's say we pick money. Instead of I want to save more, decide that every Sunday at 7 p.m., you review your spending. That's it. No outcome attached, just repetition. If it's health that you pick, instead of I'm going to work out 5 times a day, lock in, okay, Monday and Thursday, 30 minutes, non-negotiable. That's the system. Another example for me is YouTube. Instead of, oh, I want to grow my channel, I decided I will film every morning, every Monday morning. No decisions needed. That's the system in place for me. Notice what's happening here, right? We are removing choice. We're removing mood. We're removing daily negotiation. The second rule, make it visible. Put it in your calendar. Automate it if possible. Design your environment around it. If you want to eat better, don't rely on restraint. Change what's in your kitchen. If you want to save money, don't rely on discipline. Automate the transfer to your saving account. If you want to show up constantly or consistently on YouTube, don't rely on inspiration. Block the time. Systems are external support, not internal pressure. And the third rule, track consistency, not result. This is where most people sabotage themselves. They track the scale. They track the bank account. I almost sabotaged myself on my YouTube journey when I started tracking the views and the subscribers. Vanity metrics is not the way to go at this stage of my YouTube journey. What I should track is repetition. Did I show up with 1 video or 2 video a week? Yes or no? That's it. Because repetition is the leading indicator. Results are lagging indicators. And if you focus on lagging indicators, you will panic way too early. Let the system run long enough to prove itself. And here's the final piece. Don't upgrade the system too quickly. Let it stabilize first. Let your brain accept it as normal. When something feels normal, it stops feeling hard. And when it stops feeling hard, it becomes identity. That's how you move from trying to this is just what I do. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Stop asking what you want to achieve. Start asking what you're willing to repeat, because repetition, again, is what builds identity, and identity is what makes progress stable. You don't need to overhaul your life this week. Just pick one area, build one system, let it run, and come to tell me about it in a couple of weeks. I hope this has shifted something for you. If so, share it with someone who is tired of starting over. Thank you so much for watching. Take very good care of yourselves, and you will see me in the next video. Bye.